We had a little change of plans this morning. We're going to go back here, try to wait these birds out that are behind me. But as you can hear, there's a tom gobbling right up here. And that's actually where I've been setting up like the last 3 or 4 times that I've been here. They've not been there. The one time we circle around and go somewhere else, of course they're right there. So we snuck in from the other side, sitting over here, hoping he pitches down. Most of the time they pitch down and go that way. So if he goes the other way, stays on private, we'll go back here. But that's why we're sitting here and not by that field this morning. Dad and I got up from our setup quick. We had a hen fly down, we think a hen, pretty close to us, but she worked off the other direction, didn't really come into our setup. The tom flew down too, a little bit after that hen flew down. He got up here, which is where I've been sitting the last like 4 or 5 times I've come out. Flew down up here, started walking away from us. So Dad and I jumped up quick, tried to run over here. By the time we got up here, he's probably a half mile over that way. Sounds like with a hen and a couple other toms, so he took off straight away from the public. I guess we chose wrong this morning, so we're gonna try to get back over there and sit in that corner of the field now, probably once the toms are gone, but that's the plan for the morning anyway. The tom back there is gobbling pretty good, so hopefully we can still get on him. Dad and I are set up in here, right down here on this corner. That tom's gobbling kind of off over here along that tree line. That's the only gobble we've heard here for just a little bit, so we're probably just gonna sit tight here for quite a while, listen for some gobbles, hopefully hear them get closer to the corner of this field. It's not quite as flat as I'd like it to be right here for that tom to come across. A little bit of some terrain feature right there that may hold him up over there, but at least we'll get a chance at him anyway. Well, we finally got that whole group to come back this way. They came in fairly close the first time, right up here. You could see them kind of chasing each other around. It seemed like the toms kind of wanted to push those hens down in here to this bottom, but those hens worked off and went back down into this other corner. There's a Jake down in here yelping still. That's the same group we've been hunting over here since the beginning of the year. It's a whole bunch of Jakes in there, a bunch of hens, 2 or 3 toms. We'll sit tight for a little bit longer. You can still hear a hen and Jake in there. They might eventually work their way past us. Seems like they might be down in the woods too, so on our side of the fence on public. So Dad just said he's seen something coming. Right there in that corner. Just seen a tom again up there on top of that field there, right on the edge. That's him that just gobbled. He's up there on the top of the field, how they came in the first time. Down there, Dad spotted something down here and I seen it real quick. I think it was another Jake down here. Those other hens are down there, so hopefully with all this going on, we can pull them down in here. We've been hunting these same birds here for probably the last 2.5, 3 hours or so. There's a couple different groups right now, and then there's one out here that was up on this field for the last probably 30 to 45 minutes. Just standing up on that field strutting. probably trying to pull us out of the woods here, but he started working off this way. They like to cut through this private land pasture right here and get back to the other side, closer to where they roost. They kind of go back and forth here between that pasture and this field, and he started cutting across, going back that way. I mean, he's within, I don't know, probably a little over 100 yards away up there. He's up there by himself, doesn't have any hens with him, but he's still staying up that way, not coming across to the public. And I'm sure these turkeys have been hunted quite a bit through the first 2.5 months of the season. Anybody that's coming in here hunting, these turkeys are always gobbling back here on this field. I mean, that's why we know they're back here. We have a pretty good pattern on them. And anybody hunting this small 200-acre piece of public for turkeys is probably coming right back here to this field corner. So I'm sure that turkey knows the boundaries and knows to try to pull the hens off of this place. He just gobbled. He's a little bit farther, circling around to our left now, probably cutting through that pasture like they usually do. But I've heard it said before that it's easier to call turkeys to where they want to be than to try to pull them where they don't want to be. So that's kind of tough here because they don't really want to be on the public land, but we're trying to get as close as we can to that pattern so we can try calling to them where they want to be. They want to be out here in this field. They want to cut through this pasture. They want to be back up there by the road. So that's what we're trying to do, trying to get ourselves in a place where the turkeys want to be. We might try to pack up and move back over that way and try to pull them around that way, but heavily pressured birds and probably not a 2.5-year-old bird. So had a little bit better luck right here this morning. Thought we might be able to pull them in, but didn't quite happen. I'll sit here for a little bit, maybe make a move and adjust, move around on that guy. Well, that's gonna be a wrap on this morning. We got a little bit closer than we have been in the past, and probably as it goes for you guys too, once you move somewhere, the turkeys seem to go where you just moved from. We'd been sitting right up here, and they just haven't worked through there. We move, go a different direction, and that's where that Tom pitched down this morning and walked. But we were able to get on those birds back there in that field. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.